this cold, cold world, but her smile lights up the room. She's a city girl.
Have you ever had a dream that you can't quite remember? You go through your day and you're like, what happened? Oh, I got bits and pieces of it. Well, that's what happens to these 6 females that are incarcerated in this penitentiary. They're like sisters as they bonded over the couple of years. And now nothing can separate these 6 sisters. Well, that's until Rose enters the series. Rose is from New Orleans. She's an older black woman who knows voodoo and hoodoo, and she's very deep in it. She's had it since she was in 6th grade, and she has a gift that nobody else knows about. So Rose is walking around until the 6 girls say, come here, you can sit with our table, you can hang out with us. Because she's new to the group, but she's older than them by 2 decades. So one day the girls are having conversation at the table and they're laughing like, have you ever had a man do this? Have you ever had a man do that? Has a man ever sexually done that? And they're just bragging and ragging on men. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. And Rose starts laughing. And the girls are like, what's so funny, as they look at the end of the table, eating their food from the penitentiary. And she says, what if I told you I can give you the perfect man in your cell every night? These girls begin to giggle at the table and they're like, well, what guard is that? Well, what drug is that? She says, back home in New Orleans, I have this gift where anywhere you want to be in the world, I can put you there. Any guy you want to be with, any friend you want to be with, I can put you there. And one of the girls says, oh, that's BS. And Rose says, if you don't believe me, try it tonight. So the day goes on. The girls forget about the conversation until later that night they all go in their prison cell that's like a basketball-sized gym with 100 bunks. The girl meets Rose, and as she puts the cloth over her eyes, she tells her to count to 10. The girl begins to count to 10 without believing in this gift that Rose has. And on the 5th number, this doesn't work, and she rips it off, but she's no longer in her prison cell. She's now at this carnival, and she's looking, and the guy of her dreams comes up, this macho man with a beard and slick back hair. And as he grabs her hand, he lifts her off the ground, and he has a gigantic teddy bear that he won at the carnival. And as they walk around the carnival, this man is saying everything she loves, everything she likes. He looks just how she would dream that her perfect guy would be. And as they have this conversation, she can't even speak. She's just so tripped out at how real this carnival is and how real this guy is and how she can smell him, how she can feel him. And as they have this great conversation, she already feels like she's falling in love with him. They get on this big ride and it goes around and around and around, and that's when she pops back up in her cell, and it's 6 a.m. and she's in her prison cell, and she's like, no, it can't be over, because she remembers everything. She remembers everything that just happened. She even feels like she still smells him. And later that day when she goes back to the prison table, she sees her sisters, and her sisters are like, oh, so how was it? Was it fake? Was it real? And she's sitting there and she's like, no, you guys don't understand. I need to go back. Rose, I need to go back. And her sisters, as they look at him, all 5, they're like, what's wrong with you? Like, and what's wrong with her? And she's like, girls, you don't understand. I need to see him again. So then over the next week, Rose gives each of the sisters a try at this new life that they've never expected. And at the end of the week, the girls are like, oh my God, I went to New York. Oh my God, my guy took me here. Their perfect guy was handed to them. So now, Rose says, you know what, for the next 6 months, I'll give you guys 6 months free. You guys come to me every night at 2 a.m. through 6 a.m. and I'll let you guys go wherever you want. So over the course of the series, these girls fall in love. They're having passionate, intimate sex in different places. They're going on vacations. Their guy is taking them to dinner. And all these girls have flaws. So one girl is actually overweight. And in the series, she actually slims down because her dream guy tells her, you're beautiful. Why are you doing this? Let's go on a jog. So when she wakes up in prison, in reality, she starts to jog around the prison. The girl who does drugs, she actually stops using because her guy in her dreams is actually telling her, you're beautiful. Why do you use these drugs? Stop doing that. So in reality, when she wakes up, she stops using. She gets clean. The girls who are always fighting people in prison, her guy's always like, stop doing this. You're too beautiful to fight. Why are you fighting? So over the course of time, in the 6 months, she stops fighting people in the prison. The girl who's antisocial starts actually talking to people in the prison. She was like this at once. Couldn't even shake your hand or look you in the eye. But her guy, over the course of time, they would go to clubs and they would travel the world and go to different bars, and she'd start socializing with people. So she broke her fear of socializing. And Rose is giving these girls the dream of a lifetime that they remember every day. These girls don't even remember their sentences, because what's a sentence when time is going by, when time doesn't seem real? Well, that's until the 6-month anniversary comes. And Rose tells all the girls, the door is going to open tonight. I need you to meet me on the prison yard line at 3 a.m. The girls are like, what? how are the doors gonna open? She says, meet me tonight. So later that night, the doors open. The girls are crawling out under the moonlight in the prison. They get out to the yard, and as they're standing there, Rose steps from behind them. Hello, ladies. The girls turn around with fear. And she says, how's your time with your guy been? And all the girls are like, oh my God, I went here. I went to Paris. Oh my God, we're going here. We're going there. Little do they know it's not real. It's just a fantasy that Rose gives to him. But Rose knows what she's doing. She's got these girls in the palm of her hand. But why is the question? Why is Rose giving them this for free? Because back home she charges X amount of dollars. And she says, well, with giving comes receiving, ladies. And she has her hands behind her back. And as the girls are standing there, she's like, yeah. Well, what do you need, Rose? They're like, I can get you anything. You need cigarettes? And she says, in the next week, I'm going to need all 6 of you to assassinate 3 people I have problems with in this prison. You ladies will work as a unit. And if one of you backs out, then none of you gets to see your dream guy again. The lady's like, Rose, what are you talking about? She says, I want to see how loyal you are to me, ladies. She pulls out 2 glass bottles from behind her back and slams them on the ground. They break into a million pieces. Ladies, take your shoes off. You have 1 minute to prove your loyalty. Rose steps back. So the girls are like, what? One girl looks and says, I can't lose them. Takes off her shoes, starts running, jumps in the air. Fuck! The glass cuts through her feet. She just proved her loyalty to Rose. The sacrifice, the rebirth has happened. The other 4 girls sit there patiently, but then they start... One girl takes off, then the next, and they all jump on the broken glass. And it rips through their feet, and they scream in agony and pain. So now they got this murderous task, as they have to do as a unit. So one backs out, none of them gets it. So now they all have to push each other and promote each other. But these girls aren't bad people. They're in there for DUIs and small crimes. And now, what do you do when you're not a barbaric person, but you have the love of your life on the end of the spectrum? How do you balance that out? Do you become a murderer for them? Because it's real. That dream world is real. Prison is no longer real. Prison is the fantasy. Reality is going with my dream guy because he treats me right. And it is real. That's not a dream to them anymore. In the next series, have to do their murderous task to these 3 individuals that are very torturous, that Rose sets aside. And ooh, when I tell you they're torturous, these girls have to do some things that are so tremendously horrific. You don't even want to know until you read the book. And at the end of it, these girls complete their task. They're now reformed, they're rebirth. Rose has her cult. These girls will do anything that Rose asks. But that's not where the series ends, because you would think everybody falls in love and the book ends and they completed their task and it's all good. What if I told you all 5 girls die and 1 is left? They die in their different ways. Is it because of Rose or is it not? Is it because of themselves? Do they fight each other? Do they die with their dream guy and then somehow die in reality? Or wait, but the reality is the dream, or is the reality the prison? So where do they die? When you read, you'll find out, and that's how you'll know how to format the series. That's why this show is going to be the biggest show on Amazon, because you have so many different parts to it. You have the beginning where the girls get introduced to Rose, and Rose tells them, "I can give you your dream guy," and the girls try it out, and they realize going in their dreams and remembering it when they wake up is actually possible. So they fall in love with their dream guy, and everything is beautiful and luxurious, and they're going to New York and Paris and all these places. Are they going to get married? Are they going to have kids? All in this dream portal, because they have 5 years, 6 years, but it doesn't seem like they have that. And then you have the breakdown of the book where Rose tells all the girls, now I have you in my hand, and now I need you to do a murderous task in the prison. 3 people as a unit. If one of you backs out, none of you get to see your guy again. So now you have to do it. You have to promote your sister to do it. Then you got the whole other section where the girls now have completed their murderous task and they're reformed. They have a different brain. Each one of them starts dying off in various ways. Because the way the series opens up, the warden is sitting at his desk and he's looking at one of the sisters. And he says, you've lost 5 of your sisters. And Rose is gone. Where is Rose? And the sister says, Warden, you're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyways. It all started when Rose walked down the hallway and countless hours. Let me know where to send it so you guys can give a read. I'll send however many copies you guys need. Countless hours. We're going to take this one to the top, the biggest show on your guys' network. Thank you.
City view, it's a beautiful sight, and I'm talking about you. We find love in this truck, and that is so true. Windows steamed up, Titanic Part 2. You're my bud and also my light. I got the keys to unlock this night. Boots digging in my seats, but it's alright. Tonight, our hearts and lips shall fight. Beautiful brown eyes like some bourbon. They switch the sky blue like the drink we swim in. Gospel in her soul, you know that's a fact. Drowning in the devil's liquor with our boots kicked back. I was
Parked on a hill with my brim real low and a bottle of Jack for two. Pretty cowgirl in this cold, cold world, but her smile lights up the room. She's a city girl, but a country girl at heart. With the sunset low and the windows fogged up, this girl has got my heart.